Hey everyone. I am so excited to record this podcast episode today. I wanted to do a wrap up all about Imaging USA and just going to share a little bit of a story with y'all and a little bit about the week that was Imaging USA, a little behind the scenes of some things and some, I think, lessons that I've learned. And I wanted to record this for y'all because I feel like I want my journey and my craziness that happened that week to be a moment for y'all to learn and to also realize that despite the crazy, despite everything else that happens in life, you have to take a moment to just sit back and to know that you are on the right path. You are doing a good job, even when it feels like everything's falling apart. And if you're like, well, what are you talking about, Corinne? If you followed my social media, you might have seen me make a little bit of a post about it, but I didn't really ever make a full in-depth post. So I figured a podcast episode was the best way to explain everything that happened. And it's going to be a little bit hard to talk about, to be honest with you, because it was a lot. As I'm recording this, if y'all are watching on YouTube, I'm noticing that my picture behind me is crooked. So I apologize if y'all are watching this on YouTube. By the way, we are on YouTube, so make sure you follow us on YouTube if you haven't already. That way you can watch us and not just listen to us on the podcast. So first of all, before we dive into the whole story of what happened and the lessons that I think I learned this week, I just want to just say to each and every one of you that dropped in and said hi at Imaging, thank you for coming by. It really truly does mean the world to me. I know we talk a lot about mindset in here. And oh man, as somebody who has gone to Imaging USA as a photographer and walked around, and I think I shared on the other podcast episode about imaging, the first time I went, I felt like I was really scared. I felt so out of place. I didn't know what to do. I was just a little bit overwhelmed by it all. And coming into imaging for the first time as an exhibitor or a vendor, to show up and to set up my booth and to be launching my book, whew, I struggled a lot with some serious imposter syndrome going into imaging. Like, I've worked so hard over the last, I think it's been 8 years now since I've had my coaching business to be where I'm at, to be able to help photographers and to be able to help photographers make more money and find more magic and just really truly love their business and understand their business and find confidence in their business. But I always laugh because as a business coach, and this is me being incredibly vulnerable, me as a business coach, I'm having to go through a lot of the same things y'all are going through as you're building your photography business. It's easy in my photography business now. It's not scary anymore. It's just, it is what it is now. It's not so hard. But there's moments in my coaching business where I think that the world and God has a very strange way of reminding me that, hey, your coaching clients and the photographers you're helping are feeling these same feelings in their photography business that you might have forgotten about because it's been a long time since you built your business. But you get to feel these same things in your coaching business now. And imposter syndrome, guys, it was hard. It was big. I definitely felt it. And my photography business, I always say, I show up at horse shows, I show up in my world in my photography business, and everyone knows who I am. And I can just walk around and I know people and I talk to people, and it's just, we're old friends. We've known each other forever, and I don't have to work quite so hard. But then I show up in my coaching business and I feel like, who am I? I don't know these people. Are they going to come talk to me? Are they going to think I'm just some crazy girl with purple hair out here? What are they going to think? And I have to deal with those emotions and those feelings all over again. And what I want to do is I want to encourage you to know this. If you are feeling that imposter syndrome in your portrait business, and you're like, Corinda, I feel you. I got that in my portrait business all day long. You know what? You've heard the saying, fake it till you make it. And actually, in our book, we talk a little bit more about it in the Unicorn of Business Book for Photographers. But I'm just going to keep on telling you guys, fake it till you make it. When you are scared to death and things feel terrifying and things feel like, I don't know if I can do this. Who am I? to be doing this. Lean into it. Step into that place and know that fear and that hesitation you're feeling is a sign that you need to push harder and you need to lean into it that much more. And just know that it's not a bad thing to feel that. It means that you're a down to earth, normal person that's not a giant cocky jerk, probably, because you feel like that. I don't know, maybe giant cocky jerks feel that way and they just put on that face and go out and do it anyway. But what I'm saying is that there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with feeling like, who am I to do this? But when you feel that way, lean into it and say, I'm supposed to be doing this. This is where I was born to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And just know that I like to say the little devil sitting on your shoulder telling you, who are you to do this? That's just the devil trying to stop you from your greatness. And recognizing that you just need to kick that devil off your shoulder and do it because it's where you're supposed to be is really incredibly important. So that's the first thing I wanted to share with y'all today. Actually, to be quite 100% honest with you, when I sat down to record this podcast episode, I decided that I was just going to tell y'all what came to my heart tonight. And I say tonight because we just got home from imaging 2 days ago as I'm recording this. Will be posted a few days later. And it's been a crazy week. I wanted to record this episode freshly the day we got home, but there's just been a lot going on. And sometimes what you're going to notice in your business and in your life is that when you're trying to do something really good, when you're trying to show up and you're trying to fight through who am I to do this? Like, you're going to be feeling it even harder because sometimes the world is just going to come kick you square in the face. And I can honestly say that through the journey of writing our book, The Unicorn of Business Books, and through the journey of getting to imaging to be able to talk and meet so many of you and to share our book, it has literally felt like the world has kicked me in the face about 100 times. It's been quite comical to the point of my husband and I were like, what can we even do anymore but just laugh? Because there's nothing else to do. We can either laugh about it now, or we can cry about it, or we can quit, or we can shut down, and we can give up. And giving up is not an option. Quitting is not an option. Crying, maybe a little bit. And I don't know if any of y'all who are listening to this might have ran into me the day before the main conference started on pre-con day. But, oh, I was crying a lot. I did have my moment of crying. So let me tell you what happened, and I'll keep the story short because I know I'm not going to tell you all my problems. But before we left for imaging, it felt like just about anything that could happen has happened. Sickness. We had 2 family members in the hospital, one on my side of the family, one on my husband's side of the family. I had a horse colic and have to be at the emergency vet and then get better and then colic again. And it just really felt like, what else can happen? We got ready to leave for imaging and we drove to imaging. We bought a new camper for my business because I travel a lot and we go to horse shows and events. So we needed somewhere to stay. And it's a lot nicer staying in a camper that's your own space than a hotel all the time. So we bought a new camper at the end of the year and we were loading up our new camper to go to imaging. And I tell you what, it rained and rained every single day. We were loading up this camper, loading up our booth, trying to get everything ready in the pouring down rain. And we were just like, really, can we just catch a break? Can it stop raining for an hour so we can load everything up and not get soaking wet? And no, the world had other plans. It was just going to rain. So much so that the night before we left for imaging, it was flooded all around us. And the way we would normally drive, we couldn't drive because the roads are flooded and we had to go the long way. Not only did we have to go the long way, but there was fog the entire drive from Texas all the way to Kentucky, like such bad fog. Thankfully, it was not raining and I was very grateful for that. But driving through fog for 14 hours was not fun at all. We get there, everything was great. We got set up. It was fabulous. I went to pre-con and a pre-con class, and I got out of my pre-con class and I was hanging around talking to a few people. And I went to go update my badge because my badge had a mistake on it, and I needed them to fix it. And I get a FaceTime call from my sister. No, not a FaceTime yet. It was just a phone call. And it said, "Corinda, you need to call the vet right now." And I said, "What's going on?" She said, "Don't ask questions, just call your vet." And I thought, oh gosh, is Calypso, the horse that colicked before he left, is she colicking? What's going on? My sister FaceTimes me and I just see a leg and I see blood everywhere. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Mind you, I'm sitting at the counter in the lobby of imaging with all these people around. And I just look at the guy and say, I have to go. And I went and found Jamie, who was there helping me at the conference. If y'all came by and said hi, you probably got to meet Jamie. And I was like, Jamie, I I don't know the horse, her leg. And I actually didn't even know what horse it was because there was so much blood I couldn't even tell which horse's leg it was. Jamie's like, let's go to the hotel because I had a hotel room for Jamie because we had other extra people staying in the camper. And I can't go up to your room. I just have to sit in the lobby. And Jamie's like, Corinda, we have to go upstairs. You're sitting in the lobby crying. Come on. Like, I was freaking out. So I get up to Jamie's hotel room and I'm playing phone tag, trying to get a hold of vets, trying to get a hold of my husband. And my husband calls me and says, I just got into a car wreck. Oh, man. Whew, that was really hard. I lost it. I was crying a little bit. I lost it. And in that moment, I definitely fell into the why me place. So easy, right? It's so easy that when things happen, we fall into this like, why me? Why me? Why is this happening to me right now? And I had my 15 minutes of just letting myself lose it. And poor Jamie, she just sat over there and was like, I'm going to take some pictures of your stickers, Corinne. And I lost it. And then I sat up and I was like, I have to get it together. I came here to do a thing. I'm here to help people. I cannot let this stop me. And luckily, we were able to get the horse to the vet. Luckily, thank goodness, my sister happened to be driving by my house and happened to just notice my horse bleeding in the pasture. And thankfully, we had people that were able to step up and take care of things. So my horse is going to be okay. And thankfully, my husband's truck is not crazy damaged. It was just a fender bender for his truck and nobody was hurt. And he could still drive his truck. Because I'm sitting here thinking, great, we have the camper. We're going to have a truck that's destroyed. What are we going to do? And all the while, there were some other things happening amidst all of this. Some things with my husband. There were just a lot of things happening all at once. And I went into the trade show to finish setting up later that day. And couple people came by that knew me. And I'm like, don't judge me. I've been crying. Sorry. It's been a crazy day. I don't think I'd actually really eaten all day either. I'd had some coffee and that was about it. But I had really no option other than deciding that I wasn't going to let the things that were happening and the crazy that was happening stop me because I knew deep down inside that I was supposed to be there. I knew deep down inside that I spent this time and energy and poured my heart and soul into writing this book that we were launching. And I knew that I had to make the decision to pull myself out of that and not sit there and squabble in my sorrows and my why me and another thing and 2 emergency vet bills in 1 month. Really? If y'all have horses, you know how much emergency vet bills are. I had to make that decision. And it's not always easy to make that decision, guys. I've had moments in my life and in my business when I have let those things beat me down. I did an event, no, I guess a couple years ago now, and both of my grandparents had passed away. My horse had died, and both my grandparents had passed away. And it was really hard. And I had this event scheduled, and I showed up at that event, and I chose to just be like, whatever, I don't care. I can't care. There's too much. And I chose to let it get the best of me. But this experience and going through all those things and feeling like, why me? But also being able to pull myself out of it was so valuable because I'm seeing that the work I've been doing on myself, the personal growth, the work I've been doing to focus and stay positive and let those things roll off my back and know that I'm supposed to be there doing what I'm supposed to be doing despite everything else. I know that all of that work is working because if y'all ran into me at the trade show at Imaging, you probably had no idea that there was a little part of me inside that just wanted to go crawl on my bed and cry because it was hard. But I also knew that I owed it to each and every single one of you that was there, that came by to talk to me, to show up and to pour into you and to be there for y'all, to support you and to hear your stories and to learn about you. And I knew that I had to go through that moment. In the book, I talk about this actually. I say something like, it's not the circumstances that influence your life. It's the way you respond to the circumstances. It's the question you ask when the things happen. You get to choose whether you say, why me? Or you get to choose to grow through it. And I chose to grow through it. I gave myself a second to say, why me? Don't get me wrong. I'm not 100% perfect, but I had to choose to grow and say, what is there to learn through this? And I really genuinely think what there was to learn through this was that when you're trying to do really amazing things, the world is going to try to stop you. And the harder the world tries to stop you, the more you need to fight for it. Take that as your sign to keep going. Take that as your sign to continue. Take that as your sign to do bigger, better things and to know that when things get difficult, it's your sign to push harder. We did a podcast episode last year, I believe it was last year, with Catherine, and we talk about lobsters. And we talk about how in order for lobsters to grow, they have to shed their shell and they have to be willing to be vulnerable. And y'all, I had to shed my shell to show up at Imaging for the first time as a vendor and to be there and be on the other side of it. I had to shed my shell and I had to put my self into a place where I was totally unprotected. I was totally just out there and just being vulnerable and ready to show up and talk to people and get to know people and to just be me. But guys, each and every single one of you that I talked to, I hope that you left with something from our conversation. Each and every single one of you that talked to Catherine or Jamie or one of my other coaching clients that might have been around there, it is my hope and my prayer that each and every one of you left with something from those conversations that you had with us. And if we didn't get to talk, I'm so sorry. I wish I could have talked to every single one of you. I know it got crazy and I sometimes didn't get to talk to everybody, but just know that I'm here. And if you ever want to chat with me, I am more than happy to do that. Let's just reach out to me. So the first two things I wanted to share with you were really personal things and really vulnerable things for me and my lessons that I learned this last week through Imaging. And, you know, it was really cool hearing y'all come up and say, we got your email. We started listening to your podcast and hearing people say they'd read the first chapter of the book because I sent on a sneak peek of the introduction of the book. We sent that out as a sneak peek. And then to have y'all come by and to like pick up that book and to watch y'all hold it in your hands and to flip through it and to have y'all buy this book from me that felt so much like something that I would never be able to do was so cool, guys. And those of you that were like, Corinna, will you sign my book? Like, y'all just made me feel so uncomfortable, but also so cool. Whoever the first person was that was like, can you sign my book? I was like, you want me to sign your book? Right? And sometimes I know y'all are feeling like that in your business. Sometimes I know when your clients say things to you in your business, you're feeling that. But after the first time, I was like, why am I feeling funny about this? I need to give myself permission to be excited and to just be joyful about this. This is so cool and so crazy, and just being able to enjoy that experience. And I think the other thing that I really want to share with y'all that I really saw at imaging, oh, guys, all you're gonna make me tear up tonight, is surrounding yourself with good people. I really want to encourage y'all to find your people in this photography world, to find the people that get you, to find the people that are there to cheer you on, to support you, to be there when you're having your moment where the world is knocking you down, to be the person that's there to say, it's going to be okay. And also to be the person that's going to be your cheerleader and say, wow, you did this. This is so cool. And honestly, my coaching clients, they're my family. I love them dearly. So that's why I tear up talking about them, because I love them. Y'all are thinking I'm crazy tonight, but it's been a long week. So I'm a little bit emotional. But it's funny. We went to dinner one of the first nights of imaging with my coaching clients, and we took a picture. And my 3-year old, his name is Kai. Y'all might have gotten to see him running around the trade show like a crazy man. My 3-year-old said, Mom, it's our first family picture. And I was like, he gets it. He gets it. These girls and these guys. They're my coaching program. They are my family, and I love them fiercely. And I'm so proud of them, and getting to see them in person at imaging and getting to actually hang out with them and have dinner with them and to be with them and to just be in community with them outside of the internet, guys, is so valuable. And I really have so enjoyed getting to watch our relationship, but also their relationship with their other community members, or M&Ms as I like to call them. It's been so cool. And my M&Ms, my Master Your Mind and Money coaching clients, that's my full coaching program, in case you're wondering. We're around each other a lot. We have group calls every month. We have one-on-one calls. I know their story. I know all about them. We always joke and say we're like their therapist and their business coach sometimes, but I love them. They're a part of my family. And getting to spend time with that group of people, that is so cool. And getting to see them build relationships with each other is so cool. And really, what I want to encourage you is find your people. Find the people you can surround yourself with. Find your people that get you. Find your people that are working towards the same things as you are, that can be there to support you and cheer you on. Because, y'all, my coaching clients that were there, they stepped it up big time. Jamie was there. She was working for me. She had to do it, but I guess not really, because that's just who Jamie is. But it was so cool getting to have Jamie there and be like, Corinda, this is such a big deal. She did a little toasted dinner, and it's really amazing. And I'll share that with you at the end of the podcast episode, because I think it's hilarious. But I want y'all to find people like that in your life and in your business. And I know for me personally, it has not always been easy to find those people. I know that sometimes the big free Facebook communities can tend to be where photographers meet, but I was never super great at finding my people in those groups. I was always really good at finding my people in small groups and coaching programs I was in when I was growing my business. And a lot of my closest friends, as I was building my business, that were in my pocket and cheering me on and going through business and life with me, they were fellow people that were in coaching programs with me. And honestly, now my coaching clients are some of my closest friends. But find those people wherever it might be. And sometimes you have to pay to be in those communities and those circles, to be honest with you. I pay to be in communities and circles full of women who are building their businesses and working towards the same things I am, just so I have that support and that community of people around me to go to, and to know that they're there in my pocket and they're there to catch me or to kick me in the butt or to cheer me on when I need it. But I am so grateful for all of you that came by. I'm so grateful for my M&M family. Those of you that are listening to this, you literally made imaging so much better. by having you around and just seeing your faces and having you there to cheer me on and to support me and encourage me when I was feeling in that uncomfortable place. So I just want to say thank you to all of you, my M&Ms that were there. Y'all know who you are. And to everybody else that came by, seriously, thank you so much. To all of you that bought my book, though, really, so cool. You made my dreams come true. Like, I couldn't even imagine, like, a better response, and those of you that have started reading the book on your way home, on your travels home, on your flights home, that sent me messages and posted on your stories or commented on my post and told me how much you're loving the book, like, y'all absolutely just made my week worth it, knowing that book is in your hands and that it's going to help you find more magic and build your business and make more money, hopefully. That just makes me so happy. And if you've been reading it, send us a DM and let us know. If you haven't grabbed a copy of the book, The Unicorn, make sure you grab your copy. The link is in our bio, and we will be starting to ship books this month. So, yeah, I just felt like I needed to come on and share those things with y'all. Also, there is one last thing I want to share, and I want to give a shout out to a special group of people that are my people too. Find yourself companies to work with. And I think that going to expos and things like that are a great chance to find yourself companies to work with that you love and good people that you love. Because if you've been around, I'm sure you've heard me talk about them. I absolutely love Guild Canvas. And I think their product is amazing. I know their product's amazing. It is top of the line. It is the best of the best when it comes to wall art, in my opinion. But the other thing I love about Guild Canvas is not just the canvases, it's the people. And I got to hang out with the entire Guild family at Imaging and really just such an amazing group of people. And so, all of you that were there, thank you for being so amazing. I love y'all. And I'm so thankful that I get to support your business. And really, what I would encourage all of you is that find companies that you love the people, find companies that you resonate with the people, find companies that share the same beliefs as you do, and that you feel good about supporting. I can honestly say that there's something different about working with a small business or a smaller business. There's something different about working with a higher end, more luxury business that really caters to their clients. And Guild Canvas is definitely one of those companies. So I just wanted to give them a shout out and tell them thank you for being so amazing and so lovely. I love being able to just call and pick up the phone and get an answer and talk to somebody and just know that they have my back in my business and that without them, I would not be where I'm at. They are amazing people. And also all of the other Guild family that was there. Y'all know who you are listening to this. But Tavis Guild is actually one of my former personal mentors. He was my business coach years ago, and he is truly an awesome business person as well, and really top notch at selling wall art as well. So I just feel like I needed to give a shout out to them tonight. But I hope y'all have enjoyed this episode. I know I rambled on a bit about some personal things and I might have teared up a little bit, but that's okay. I want y'all to know that I'm a person too and that I'm going through it. I'm doing life with y'all too. And how you're feeling is okay. When things happen to you, it's okay to take a minute to step back, but also know that you can get back up and you can learn from it and you can grow from it and you can keep going. It doesn't have to be the end. Your trials that you're going through, your struggles that you're going through, life kicking you in the face doesn't have to mean that you stop. The way you respond to those challenges is going to dictate your success in your business and in life. And I want y'all to hear me in the back of your head. When you feel that little voice in the back of your head, the little devil on your shoulder, causing you doubt, causing you to question whether or not you're doing what you should be doing, kick him off your shoulder and tell him to F off. Okay. That's what I want to leave to tell you today. Tell him to go away. And when you have those moments of life kicking you in the face, just look at those moments and say, how can I grow through this? How can I learn from this? How can I move through this? How can I not get stuck in this place? And just recognize that when life is kicking you in the face, it's because you're doing something really good and you're on the right path and you are going in the right direction. Keep going. Don't stop, y'all. And don't forget the people that are there, because your cheerleaders that are around you, the people that support you, the people that are in your corner, the people that love and trust you and know who you are as a person, those people are valuable. I just want y'all to all find this happiness, this peace, this contentness in your business, and to know that your business can be magical. You are amazing. You are unique. You are special. And your business should be too, guys. I love each and every one of you. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. If you have a minute today, I would absolutely adore it if you would go leave us a rating review on the podcast players. I promise we're going to get back to normal podcasting soon, but I just have been trying to share my journey a little bit more and be a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more open and honest with all of you on the podcast. And I hope that you're enjoying seeing a little bit of a different side to me. I think next I'm actually going to be sharing a little bit of more behind the scenes with you in my own business. It seems a little fitting to share my journey since we were just in Kentucky for imaging, because my journey to be an equine photographer actually began in Kentucky and my equine photography brand began in Kentucky. So I really want to share that with y'all and the journey of that as well, because I think it's a really great example of doing the big scary thing and just doing things scared and doing things without a plan and knowing that done is better than perfect and getting it done. So I'm excited to share that journey with all of you next. If you are at imaging, like I said, thank you for coming by. I love each and every one of you. Post pictures of you reading your book. Share with us what you're loving about the book. Send us your testimonials about the book. And also, if you want some stickers in imaging, I hope you're loving your stickers. I'm sitting here looking at my You Are Magical sticker on my computer. We have some really fun stickers, and everybody wants to be able to buy them now. So we are working on setting up a store. That way you can come buy our fun stickers. We have some that say you are magical, some that say done is better than perfect. You are a unicorn, or be a unicorn in a field of horses. See, I can't even think. My brain is still imaging mushy. But yes, so keep an eye out for all those things. I'm excited to get back to real podcasting and sharing business tips and mindset tips with all of y'all. But I hope you enjoy the next few episodes. They're going to be a little bit more personal and share a little bit more of my story and my journey with all of you. So that way you can get to know me better. Thanks, guys.